Bendito o nome eterno do nosso
Blessed be the eternal name of our
Shalom
God.
a todos vocês que têm
Shalom to
acompanhado
everyone who has accompanied us
através destes vídeos que
through
são
those
postados no
videos
YouTube, na internet.
that are being
Agradecemos
posted
a
on
sua
YouTube.
assistência e agradecemos
We thank
também
you for your
a
audience.
todos que
We also want to
atenderam
thank
nosso apelo,
everyone
nosso
who
convite,
attended
a
our
nossa
invitation
fala,
to share
para que divulgasse para alguém, para
to a
um amigo,
friend,
um irmão, para a sua
brother,
igreja,
to your
e que
church,
também se
and that
inscrevesse no
also
nosso canal no YouTube.
subscribed
Estamos
to our
produzindo
YouTube
esses
channel.
vídeos
We are
com a
producing
intenção
this
de
series of
estudar
videos
todo o Apocalipse.
with the
Hoje
intention of
nós
studying
vamos
the
aqui
whole book of
adentrar
Revelations.
a sétima era da
And
igreja,
now we're
a
going to
igreja
enter
que
the
está
seventh age of the
em
church,
Laodiceia.
the church which is in
Esta
Laodicea.
palavra Laodiceia,
This
meu
word,
irmão,
Laodicea,
ela tem duplo
my brother,
significado.
it
Ela
has a double meaning.
direito
It
dos
means
povos
the
e
rights
direito
of the
da mulher.
people and the right
O
of the
profeta William
woman.
Branham trouxe isso
The
para
prophet William
nós
Branham
desta
brought
maneira.
this to our attention
Nunca
in
houve
this way.
em toda a história da
There never
humanidade
was,
um
in the whole
período de
history
tempo
of humanity,
em que
a
as
period of
pessoas
time in
alcançassem,
which
através
people reached
das
through
leis vigentes nos
the current
países,
laws in
tanto
the countries
direito
so
de
much
reclamar
rights.
seus direitos,
The right to complain about your own
está
rights.
sendo cuidado dos interesses
Rights who
pessoais
would
das
take care
pessoas. Aí
of
tem
people's personal
essa
interests.
grande preocupação com os
And there's
direitos
this
da
great
humanidade,
preoccupation
direitos
about the
humanos.
humanity
Ninguém
rights,
deve
the
ser,
human
não pode
rights,
ser ultrajado,
in which
maltratado,
no one can be
envergonhado,
mistreated,
porque tudo
embarrassed,
isso está acobertado
because
por leis.
all of that
As leis
is covered by
trabalhistas
laws.
aqui, falando
The
do
work laws,
Brasil,
the labor
as
laws
leis do
here
Brasil
in Brazil
vieram em 1930
came in
com Getúlio
1930
Vargas, aquele
with
estadista,
Getúlio
que
Vargas,
trouxe
which
fez
was a
uma
statist,
revolução.
and
Eu
he
creio que
started a
falando a cada
revolution.
país do mundo,
And I believe
sempre haverá
that speaking
alguém
to each and every
que, sem
country in the whole
perceber,
world,
foi
there'll also be
usado por
someone
Deus para
that,
fazer com que
without
as
even
escrituras
realizing, was
viessem a
used
se
by God
cumprir
to make
diante
the
de nós.
scriptures be fulfilled
Hoje
before our own
existem
eyes.
leis para acobertar
Nowadays, there are laws
qualquer
to
classe
cover
na sociedade.
every
Você
class
não
in
pode
society, and
nunca
you can never
deixar de ter
never
isso na sua mente. A
stop to bear this in
Bíblia
mind.
é a verdade.
The Bible is the
Ela
truth.
haveria de se cumprir diante dos
It
nossos
would have
olhos
to be
para que
fulfilled
você
before our eyes,
testificasse que este
so
é o
that you can
dia
testify
em que
that
você
that was the
adquiriu.
day in
Eu
which
gostaria de dizer
someone acquired the
àqueles
right.
que são
I would also
cristãos,
like to add
e uma
that
das
to everyone who is a
características de uma
Christian,
vida de
that
cristão
one of
é
the
abrir mão
characteristics
dos
of
seus
a life of
direitos
a Christian
para se tornar
is to give
uma
up
pessoa
your own rights,
abnegada.
is to become
Você
selfless.
sabe o que é negar a si mesmo,
You know what is
tomar a
to
sua
deny
cruz
your own
e
self,
seguir a Jesus?
take your cross,
Este
and
é o
follow Jesus?
primeiro daqueles
That is the
mandamentos
first
que uma pessoa
of the
deve ter,
commandments
que Jesus
which a
disse,
person
"Se
should
alguém
pursue,
quiser vir
like
após
Jesus said, if you want to
Então,
follow me.
aqui na era da igreja
So,
de
here,
Laodiceia,
in this age of the
nós
Church of
temos
Laodicea, we
uma
have
denúncia
a
de que
denunciation
este é um período
that
em que
this
as
is a
pessoas
period in
adquiriram
which people
tanto direito
would acquire
que se
so much
tornaram
rights
mortos.
that they
Se
would
você
become
notar,
only warm.
a
If you
unção que
notice,
está sobre a
the
era de
anointing
Laodiceia
that is on the age of
faz da era
Laodicea
de Laodiceia uma
made
época
the
em que
age
as
of a
pessoas
Laodicea
são
an
mortas.
age in which
Elas
people
simplesmente
are
você
only
pode
warm.
beliscá-las de todas
You
as
can
maneiras,
pinch them
beliscar
in
a
every
consciência.
possible way.
Não sei
You
se
can
você já
pinch their
observou,
conscience. I don't know if you
mas
noticed that,
dificilmente você vê uma
but
pessoa
hardly
ficar
you
corada
see
mais
someone
hoje.
blush
Elas não
nowadays.
mais têm vergonha. Elas
People
não
are
têm
no longer
vergonha
ashamed.
nenhuma.
People are no
Um
longer
homem
ashamed
assume
of
publicamente que é
anything. A
homossexual.
man
Sua família
publicly assumes
diz
his
assim,
homosexuality,
filho,
and his family says in the
é esta
warmest of ways.
característica da era.
And that's a
Diz
characteristic
assim,
of
meu
this
filho e minha
age.
filha não são os únicos.
They say, my son
Você
or my
nota
daughter
que a
aren't the only
igreja
ones.
carrega em si
You notice that the
uma
church
mornidão,
carries
a
within
unção que está
itself
sobre
a
o
warmness
povo nesta
That is the anointment following these people of this very age, because the church is like this. You say, Jesus is returning. Are you ready for the rapture? And people say, no, I'm not. But at the same time, people won't even begin to get ready for it. So those are things that captured my attention, so that you can notice how much people became lukewarm and indifferent. You don't even see people blushing anymore. You don't even see people making a decision. You simply look around to each side and you realize that the Bible is fulfilled before our own eyes. That is the main cause that made the prophet, Brother Branham, preach the message, the sign, and desperation, heartbroken, after living 17 years in complete and total desperation, when he preached the necessity of people having the Holy Spirit, which is the sign. He looked, and people simply continued indifferent in the same way. And I still notice, after 45 years following this message, that when you receive a new message, a new translation, you preach to the people a new message, and that wouldn't even go forward in people's lives. How about that? So, inside this warm condition of people wouldn't even caring about their own salvation, about the destiny of predestination that God has given to the bride so that she could come to manifest. You can't even see people that are preparing themselves to that moment. It's so much easier to be on this warm state of Laodicea, of being settled and saying, you know what? Let's opt for a class of doctrines, for instance. And that's a very shameful thing, because it has no support in the Bible whatsoever. Oh, Brother Branham will be resurrected separately, so that he can come back and preach and reveal the mystery of the seals. When we do such a claim, we show that that old spirit of Laodicea actually never left people. When you see people doing such claims that are so contrary to the scriptures, with this warmest of ways, with their clean faces, without even worrying about what they're doing, corrupting the scriptures, you say, there's something wrong somewhere there. And what does the denominational concept has? We have a church that is not either hot nor cold. It is warm. It is not fully pagan because it carries the Bible. But it's not fully Christian because they don't actually live the Bible. It is warm. It is somewhere in the middle, somewhere in between. It has tenets and beliefs of paganism. It cannot place into your life the Christian practice of dressing, of acting, of denying your own self, of being mild, meek, gentle, of respecting, of forgiving. And all of that made people reach this condition of warmness. When I say that God has an angel to each age of the church, and that the prophet William Branham didn't come here to bring a message, he came to live that message. Take a look of how he treated, the way he lived, the desperation that he lived to be ready to the return of the Lord, how he related to the brothers, how he related with his family, his church. He was never a dictator. He was never the master of that church. He always showed us what it's like to be the servant of that church. You know why? Because he wasn't in that condition, in that warm condition of indifference, in which many leaders are stuck into, to live. That is the great subject that we are seeing. Are we condemning the Pentecostal system, the denominational system, of being in this warm condition, while we are in that same situation, without even realizing that we are also imprisoned? We should bear that in mind as we prepare to, on our next video, talk about the age of Laodicea and its messenger.